Hi, welcome to Smart Solver. Let's learn how to study smart. Understand deeply, practice daily. Then you'll solve confidently. You can succeed anywhere.
All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving headfirst into the incredibly tiny, totally fascinating, microscopic building blocks of life. And look, you can forget about staring at boring textbook pages because we are doing this as a dynamic, fast-paced whiteboard masterclass. We're going to break down the amazing biological machinery operating inside literally every living thing using nothing but clean concepts and some pretty unforgettable analogies. So let's jump right in. Here is our mission briefing for today. We're going to start with the invisible building blocks, take a tour inside an animal cell, check out the plant cell upgrades, compare the two, learn how to draw diagrams like a pro, and then wrap it all up with a final challenge. So let's kick things off with section 1, the invisible building blocks. You, me, your dog, the trees outside your window, we are all constructed from tiny biological Legos called cells. Honestly, before the invention of the microscope, humanity had absolutely no idea this hidden world even existed. But when you zoom in through a powerful lens, you realize pretty quickly that cells aren't just empty blobs of space. Not at all. They are bustling, complex little factories. They have smaller, incredibly hardworking parts inside them called organelles. And each one of these has a highly specific, totally crucial job to keep the organism alive. That brings us to section 2, inside an animal cell. Let's look at the 4 main components. Let's see how a squishy, irregularly shaped animal cell actually operates. First up is the nucleus. I want you to think of the nucleus as the brain of the cell. It sits right there in the middle, calling all the shots and controlling every single activity that happens inside. But crucially, this brain is also a vault. It holds all the vital genetic material, the literal blueprints needed to make new cells. Without the nucleus, the cell has 0 instructions. Now, surrounding everything and holding this whole factory together is the cell membrane. This is a brilliant example of biological security. The membrane acts as the ultimate gate or border patrol for the cell. It's a barrier, sure, but it doesn't just block things. It actively controls and decides exactly what vital nutrients are allowed inside and what waste products need to be kicked out to the curb. Step inside that gate and you find yourself in the cytoplasm. Think of this as the cell's workspace. Now, it's not just empty air in there, it's a thick jelly-like substance that fills up the cell. This jelly is the busy factory floor where literally all of the cell's essential chemical reactions actually take place. It's really where the magic happens. And speaking of magic, chemical reactions take a massive amount of energy. That brings us to our 4th core component, the mitochondria. You can picture these as the power-packed batteries of the cell. This is the exact site where a process called respiration happens. And respiration is just the chemical reaction that transfers energy for the entire organism. Simply put, the mitochondria provide the juice that keeps the whole factory running. Okay, time for a really quick interactive check to make sure those analogies are sticking. I want you to shout it out at the screen right now. Which organelle is the powerhouse battery of the cell? If you yelled mitochondria, you are absolutely crushing it. All right, let's move right along to section 3, the plant cell upgrades. So plant cells basically take that baseline animal cell blueprint we just learned, the brain, the gate, the workspace, and the battery, and they add 3 major Pro-Max features. Now, why the upgrades? Well, the crucial point here is that plants can't just walk over to the fridge when they're hungry and they can't run inside when a strong wind blows. They have to make their own food and hold themselves up against gravity. To survive and thrive, they rely on these 3 extra components: the cell wall, the vacuole, and the chloroplasts. Let's break them down. The very first plant-only upgrade is the cell wall. Think of this as a sturdy brick wall built completely on the outside of that squishy cell membrane we talked about earlier. It's made of an incredibly tough, rigid fiber called cellulose. This wall strengthens the cell and provides the structural support a plant absolutely needs to stand up tall, especially since it doesn't have a skeleton like an animal does. Next up is the vacuole. Imagine a massive internal water tank taking up a huge chunk of real estate right in the middle of the plant cell. This tank is filled with a watery liquid called cell sap. When this tank is totally full, it pushes outwards against the cell wall, keeping the whole cell incredibly firm and rigid. And if a plant doesn't get enough water, well, this tank shrinks and the whole plant wilts. The last and honestly perhaps the most amazing upgrades are the chloroplasts. These work exactly like miniature solar panels. They contain a special green substance called chlorophyll, which, by the way, is actually what makes plants look green to us. This chloroplast is expertly designed to trap energy transferred directly from the sun, allowing the plant to literally make its own food through a process called photosynthesis. Moving on to section 4, plant versus animal cells. Let's compare the structures.
Notice the stark contrast when you put them side by side. The animal cell is basically an irregular, squishy shape with just those 4 core components: nucleus, membrane, cytoplasm, and mitochondria. But the plant cell, it has a highly regular, structured shape so they can easily stack and fit together, almost like bricks in a wall. And remember, it has 7 distinct parts: the core 4, plus the wall, the vacuole, and the chloroplasts.
There's actually a really fun scientific fact hidden right in the terminology here. If you look at the prefix mito in mitochondria, it comes from an ancient word meaning within the thread, describing exactly how they looked under early microscopes. And the prefix chloro in chloroplast literally translates to green body. So a chloroplast is literally just a green body doing work inside the cell. Science vocabulary actually makes total sense when you break it down like that.
Let's tackle section 5, drawing scientific diagrams.
If you want to draw scientific diagrams neatly and accurately for your own whiteboard or assignment, you have to follow 3 golden rules. 1. Draw with clean, continuous pencil lines. No sketchy, hairy, or shaded artistic lines here. We want crisp, clear outlines. 2. Absolutely always use a ruler or straight edge when drawing your label lines pointing to the organelles. And 3. Never, ever let those label lines cross over each other. It just creates a confusing mess. Keep it clean and keep it structured.
And finally, section 6, the final cell challenge. Let's test your knowledge.
All right, let's match these 5 terms in your head right now to the analogies we used today. Are you ready? The nucleus is the brain. The mitochondria is the battery. The cell membrane is the gate. The chloroplasts are the solar panels, and the cell wall is the brick wall. If you nailed those, you've just unlocked a fundamental understanding of cellular biology. But wait, I've got one parting critical thinking challenge for you, straight from our source material. Think about what a chloroplast actually does. It traps energy from the sun, right? So tell me, would you find these solar panel chloroplasts in the leaf cells up in the air or in the root cells buried deep underground? Exactly, leaf cells. Roots are sitting in the dark dirt, so they have absolutely no need for solar panels. That kind of logical deduction is exactly what biology is all about, understanding how form perfectly matches function. But here is a final provocative thought to leave you with today. If all living things are made of these exact same tiny microscopic building blocks, what makes a plant so completely different from the human looking at it? Take a moment to really think about that puzzle. Keep questioning the microscopic world, and I will see you on the next explainer.
Thanks for watching Smart Solver. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep solving smarter every day.